Is the ASUS ROG Zephyrus G16 actually worth it for the kind of gamer who needs power without a huge desktop footprint? I get asked that a lot, especially now that a lot of laptops are promising desktop-level performance, but still end up feeling like an overpriced tablet. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So I took the Zephyrus G16 for a spin and tried to see how it behaves in the real world, whether it's just hype, or whether it actually delivers the kind of experience you'd expect from a high-end gaming rig. First off, the laptop is built around Intel's i7-13620H, which tops out at 4.9 GHz, so raw CPU power isn't an issue. Paired with 16 GB of DDR4 RAM and a 512 GB PCIe SSD, you'll have enough headroom for modern titles, streaming, and a few background apps without the system choking. The 16-inch Full HD panel runs at 165 Hz, which feels noticeably smoother than a 60 Hz screen when you're dodging bullets or racing through a cityscape. And thanks to the RTX 4070 with 8 GB of GDDR6, you'll see ray-traced lighting and high frame rates that actually look good on that display. One of the practical benefits here is how portable the machine feels. I took it to a coffee shop, and it fit comfortably in the small table space without being a wall of heat. The chassis stays relatively light for a laptop with that kind of GPU, so you can carry it around without turning into a gym regular. That portability translates into real-world flexibility. You can game at a friend's house, hop on a flight, and still run a decent Windows install for work, or set up a quick LAN party in a dorm room without lugging a full tower. The Thunderbolt 4 port makes it easy to connect an external monitor or fast storage device, which is handy if you need extra screen real estate for editing videos or streaming. Another thing I appreciated is the connectivity suite. The inclusion of an HDMI 2.1 output means you can plug the laptop into a 4K TV and still get a solid 120 Hz signal if you ever want to game on a big screen. Meanwhile, the two USB-C and two USB-A 3.2 ports give you plenty of room for a mouse, controller, external SSD, or even a capture card if you're into streaming. I found myself swapping between a Nintendo Switch dock and a gaming mouse without any need for an adapter, which is a small convenience that adds up over time. Battery life on a gaming laptop is usually a sore spot, but the Zephyrus G16 does something interesting. When I'm just browsing or using it for office work, the 76Wh battery can get you close to 8 hours, which is decent for a device that houses an RTX 4070. In a gaming session, you'll see the runtime drop to about 2 to 3 hours, which is expected, but the laptop still manages to stay under 90 degrees Celsius on the chassis, so it's not feeling like a furnace after 30 minutes of intense play. That thermal balance means you won't have to constantly worry about your lap getting scorched while you're in a marathon session. The keyboard is another area where the Zephyrus G16 feels well thought out. The keys have a decent travel distance and a subtle tactile bump, making typing a little more comfortable than the mushy feel you sometimes get on thin laptops. The PCle RGB lighting is programmable, so you can set up zones for different game profiles, or just keep a soft glow for late-night sessions. The trackpad is responsive enough for quick navigation, but honestly, most gamers will pair the laptop with a mouse, and the 3-button layout fits nicely into any hand. Now, let's talk about the downsides, because nothing is perfect. The main drawback I ran into is the lack of a higher resolution screen option. The current Full HD panel is great for speed, but if you're the kind of user who likes ultra-sharp detail for creative work, you'll have to look elsewhere for a QHD or 4K option. Also, the speakers are decent for a laptop, but they're still boxed. Don't expect a home theater experience. You'll probably want a pair of headphones or external speakers for an immersive audio experience. Overall, the pros I see are the combination of a strong CPU and GPU that actually handle AAA titles at high settings, the lightweight yet sturdy chassis that makes it easy to move around, and the robust port selection that reduces the need for dongles. On the flip side, the screen resolution could be higher, and the built-in speakers are okay, but not spectacular. If those 2 points aren't deal breakers for you, the Zephyrus G16 feels like a solid middle ground between a full desktop and a typical gaming notebook. So, is it worth your money? For folks who need a portable machine that can still crush modern games, stream, and handle a bit of creative work without a massive price tag, I'd say it's a worthwhile consideration. If you're chasing a 4K panel or top-tier audio, you might keep looking. Thanks for hanging out, and if you decide this laptop looks like a fit, remember the link is below. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.